Do you get headaches all the time? Are they 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 7 days? Do they get in the way of your personal life? Because I do. And on today's episode of Therapeutic Thursday, we're going to talk about 5 things that I personally do to help with my chronic headaches. So I've been getting chronic headaches for as long as I can remember. I'd say a minimum of at least 15 years. I've tracked them. I've done so many things to figure it out. I've had CAT scans and MRIs. I've had tubes down my nose and my sinuses. I got glasses. I've done so many different things, and they're so debilitating. And mine typically, they never last less than 2 days, and they typically never go more than 6. But you can imagine, as I'm sure so many of you people that are watching this are going through, that they really get in the way of life. I mean, for me personally, I have a very active job. I'm on the road all the time. I'm working with clients and legal documents and paperwork, and a lot of these days when I get these headaches, I feel like I can't do anything, and it has truly gotten in the way of so many things in my life that I just want to share with you guys some of the things that I do to help relieve that pain, because it really is awful. An example I can share with you guys is this past February, I was invited to walk in New York Fashion Week. For those of you who know what that is, it is one of the biggest fashion shows in the world, and I've actually done it 3 times, and this was the 3rd time I did it. And it was a Thursday that I was walking in the show, and I woke up that Monday with a headache, and I was like, okay, whatever, like as long as I don't have this headache Thursday, I'm good to go, because I've gotten so used to it. You know what I mean? I've learned how to basically go through life with this constant headache, and where I get them is kind of in the back of my neck here, and then they go all the way up and like through my temples and end up here. And so, Tuesday goes by, still wake up with a headache. Wednesday goes by, I still wake up with a headache. Thursday, the day of Fashion Week, I took off from work. My mom was coming with me for fun. I was excited, and I had a headache. And it did not go away. It took away all of the excitement I had. It was almost like I had to get through it rather than enjoying the experience. And that was kind of when I was just like, you know what? Like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough. So the first tip I'm going to give you is probably pretty obvious, but it's that you should really be drinking a lot of water. I typically drink anywhere from 100 ounces to a gallon of water every day, and that will just basically get your blood pump kind of flowing and making sure that all of your bodily functions are working correctly. And honestly, that's something you should be doing anyway. If you feel thirsty, as kind of a side tip, if you're ever feeling thirsty, you're already dehydrated. So make sure that you're drinking water not only when you're thirsty, but even when you're not. I know it's kind of a weird thing to get used to, but I promise once you kind of get in the habit of drinking more and more water, your body craves it more, needs it more. I've been doing that now for, oh boy, like 6 years. And now I don't have to keep track of it anymore. I know that I'm getting between 100 ounces and a gallon a day. So that's tip number 1. The second tip is caffeine. So what caffeine does is it kind of opens up your blood vessels, which sometimes can feel a little tightened, and that's why you have that tension or for a tension headache. So caffeine is super helpful. Coffee, pre-workout, I mean, you know what caffeine is. Along with caffeine, there's obviously all these over-the-counter, medications, Tylenol, Excedrin, ibuprofen, basically all those things. And I would tell you 100%, I mean, we all have different bodies, we all work a different way. But for my purposes, Excedrin Max, is that what it's called? Excedrin Max, whatever the more extreme version of the regular pill is, works so much better. It does have some caffeine in it, so make sure to take that into consideration if you're very sensitive to caffeine. I'm personally not. I can drink a ton of caffeine. It doesn't make me shaky. It doesn't make me like dizzy. It doesn't make me all crazy and everything. But Excedrin for me has definitely worked out the best. So if you're taking, you know, ibuprofen or Advil or Tylenol, try the Excedrin Max and see how it goes for you. So my fourth way is probably my favorite way to relieve headaches, or at least I always kind of calculate mine is at a level 1 or a level 10 or wherever in between. And I'd say this product actually lowers it about 2 to 3 points. And if you guys do follow me on Instagram at Sarah Weber Limitless, you would have seen me post this already. But this thing has been a freaking lifesaver. It is, I'll link it below, but basically I think it was like $10 or $15 on Amazon. So it's got these little grip things here. You see those where your fingers go? And you can basically manually put this around your neck. So I'll show you guys how I do it. I love this thing. I use it even when I feel like a headache's coming on, maybe the night before. I'll rub my neck out with it. Oh. Okay, so you're just gonna take it, put it wherever your tension is. Like I said, mine's typically my neck, but it goes pretty wide, so sometimes I'll even put it right on my temples here. See what I mean? And then you can put it on here and just squeeze, rub it out. For me, it helps if I lift up. And it's great because a lot of times I'll ask someone to rub my neck out, and obviously a lot of times we don't have people around us that can help. So that is I love this thing. I love this thing. And every time I've had a friend over and they've had a headache or something, everyone loves this. So I highly suggest it if you do get chronic headaches. It has been a lifesaver. So the fifth tip I want to give you guys to get rid of your headaches, and I know you're gonna think I'm crazy for this, but I promise it really does work. And maybe not every time, but go and sweat. Go to the gym, go for a run, go on a walk, go hiking. I know that when you have a headache, the last thing you want to do is get up from your couch, curled all up on there, watching TV. But I swear to God, it helps so much, and it usually lowers my my scale, I'd say at least 3 points. So if I go in and I have a level 5 headache, by the time I go out, I'm usually at a level 2. Also a sauna, if you go to the gym and it has a sauna, super, super helpful. I know I changed positions on you guys, but I was getting cold in there, and I'm almost done. So those are my 5 top ways to help with a headache. I did want to throw a few bonus ones in there as well. Another one I find really helps is an ice pack, and I find that it does wonders if I put it right over my head. Actually, I'll get 2 of them, so I'll put one behind my neck and one on my head and sleep on my back and sleep with those on, and I swear it makes such a big difference in the morning. Even if your headache isn't completely gone, it'll be so much more manageable. You won't feel like you have to call out of work or not go to the gym or not go to your, you know, grandkids party or whatever it is that you're doing. And another tip, which, you know, a lot of people might not agree with me on, but you know, I'm here to be real. And if you have a medical card, smoke a little weed, get some with a small amount of THC in it and a lot of CBD in it. That is a huge treatment that people get for chronic headaches, and you know, it's not something that you have to do. If that makes you a little nervous, or if you don't want to get that, you know, necessarily you don't want to get that high feeling, then try just a CBD. CBD's been really helpful for me as well. They have so many different things that you can do. You can either get the little droplets where, you know, you put it under your tongue. You can get little balms where you can put it actually where on the areas that it hurts. It's very relieving. And the last one I'm gonna give out to you guys, and I don't know if this works or not because I literally just tried it for the first time yesterday, but I started going to a chiropractor yesterday, and he pretty much told me that the way that my discs, my C1 and my C2 right at the top of my neck are probably a huge reason for my headaches. So I will definitely check back in with you guys once I have a few more sessions under my belt, because it is kind of an ongoing thing. But hopefully that works, and then I'll get on here and say, everyone go to a chiropractor. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, please subscribe. I'd love to have you here and help you out more on more Therapeutic Thursdays. If you want to see me more often, you can follow my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook page. I'm on there all the time. And let me know what else you guys do to relieve your headaches, or maybe something that you do that I didn't mention, because it's definitely been an ongoing process for me, as I'm sure it has been for a lot of you out there. Love you guys, and don't forget, be limitlessly yourself.